Wait, just like that? All right, step forward, step forward. All right, now stay there. Just kill them all, well, most of them, as they come down the street. Okay, guys, welcome back. So, Parmenion has made it to Amida, so he's going to besiege it for one turn to give himself some battering rams, and then he'll go ahead and take it out. Alexander is perhaps ready to leave Tyre. As you can see, the typical one peasant unit is not enough, even with low taxes, to allow us to really leave Tyre. So we have Attalus here, and he has basically a mishmash of, like, I guess we'll call them extra units. Oh, actually, I think those allied cavalry were supposed to go to Parmenion. All right, but anyway, I forgot about that. So he was following Alexander basically to be his sort of replenishment force. He has like some extra units that we didn't really need anymore, except for maybe the phalangists. And again, the allied cavalry, which I think were supposed to go to Parmenion. But I basically, instead of disbanding them, I just had him keep them so that we could just make sure Alexander could keep going forward. So he's going to attack this very small Persian force here. This was the force that was standing right there between Parmenion and his archers, and they basically came down here, stood right next to him, but didn't attack him. So now I think we could just have him quickly eliminate them, and then maybe with his garrison combined, he will basically allow Alexander to leave Tyre and start heading over towards Memphis. I do think I'm going to go for Memphis first, even though Rakotis, or Rakatis, whatever that is closer. The reason I think I'm going to do that is just because the Great Pyramid, its effects in this game, or this campaign anyways, is to nullify culture penalties for Egyptian buildings. So what I was thinking is we could take this first, and hopefully the people would be much happier, because culture penalties are actually quite severe. In fact, you see, without that culture penalty, we could definitely have left Tyre. And so I figured that means it would be easier for Alexander to take Memphis and then to also take Rakotis, because I assume this will have Egyptian culture problems as well. Or I assume it has Egyptian buildings, I should say, and so would have problems with Egyptian culture if I didn't hold Great Pyramid. In fact, I think he could just take this road right down here, go for Memphis, eliminate this rebel force, and then go back up to Rakotis. So that's probably what we'll have him do. But first things first, let's go ahead and eliminate these Persians here. Okay, guys, welcome to the battle. The enemy has formed up on that hill over there. We've got some spearmen and those two light cavalry units, who, despite being light cavalry, actually have, I think, pretty decent stats, and they do have armor piercing as well. So what we shall do, I think we'll form up right over here.
Units, forward. Stand in formation. Stand in formation.
All right, there we go. All right, and the reason I'm doing that here is because, as you can see, this is actually kind of a sloping hill, and so I'd rather have them go right over here, because then, I mean, it is still hilly over here, but not quite as terribly so. Now, it'll be a minute or two before we get into position, so I will just bring you guys back once the army has managed to move over there. Okay, guys, welcome back. The army is now in position. I think what I'm going to do first is have these two guys move forward. I'll have these guys just kind of follow behind them, but walk. The idea is I do kind of want the cavalry to throw themselves on the spears of the phalanx, even though they'll probably be able to push through it. They'll hopefully at least take some casualties as they do that, especially since, like, again, I don't think their stats are too bad, but they're definitely not the Bactrian, like, heavy cavalry. So, again, if they throw themselves on the spears of the phalanx, I assume they'll take a decent number of casualties. And, of course, we'll have the javelin men backing them up. Possible, though, that the spearmen will actually be the ones to come first, and if they do, That's fine, because I figure it'll be an even worse matchup for them.
Units, forward. Units, double time. Units.
All right, now let's move forward again, and let's say right here.
Units.
And you Peltis, make sure you walk, or you Javelin men. I know you call yourselves Peltis. Oh, I was like, wait a minute, am I missing a cavalry unit? No, it's just that this companion cavalry unit is nearly eliminated. Yes, we're going to march just within range
Units. Units. Make units.
with our javelins.
Units, forward. Peltasts.
I assume that will get them to charge forward. I guess if it doesn't, then I guess that's just going to be a surprise.
Peltasts.
Oh, actually, we need to go a little further forward.
Units.
Just a little bit, though. Let's just basically everyone take a couple of steps forward. And here they come. Oh, actually targeting the horsemen. All right, I guess that's fine. Oh, our hoplites are not doing so well. I just give them a little nudge and then fall back. There we go.
Units.
All right. Advance forward a little more again, and let's send these two after them. Actually, you guys go after them. You guys just kind of stay here, and you guys kind of stay here. And there we go. Excellent. They are broken now as well.
Macedonian cavalry. Units. Units.
All right, go ahead and get in there. Now, let's actually have you guys kind of see if you can intercept these guys.
Move, move. Fighting for honor.
There you go. Excellent. Now go get them.
Units.
Oh, okay. A little more forward again.
Cavalry. Macedon.
You guys just kind of join up over here.
Units.
Join up over here.
Make haste.
Oh, dang. They managed to get away. Now, this is the actual captain's unit, so I think they might stand and fight just a little longer than that other cavalry unit did. And unfortunately, it looks like we're about out of javelins.
Units. Help us. Help us. Attack quickly.
Just take a couple of steps forward and throw the last of those javelins. And what we'll do is we'll have our phalangists and our hoplites step forward.
Units. Units.
Let's see, we'll have these guys over here.
Cavalry, Macedon's finest.
Let's have these guys go over here.
Phalanx, hoplites. Unit, Macedonian, come up. Quickly. Hoplites. Unit. Macedonian.
All right, everyone go get them.
Unit. Charge. Attack quickly. Heavy cavalry. Cavalry, go, go, go. Heavy cavalry. Attack quickly.
And there we go.
This is a heroic victory, worthy of Greek soldiers.
.46, mostly actually caused by those Kardakes, the spearmen. Hoplites took the most casualties, but they also did most of the work. In fact, even the cavalry, who got to chase down like fleeing enemies, didn't do as well as the hoplites themselves did. And also the hoplites, I think, are a unit we can actually more easily replenish. So I think it's actually kind of better that they took the blow rather than the phalangists did. You know, better to have our Greek auxiliaries take the damage than our true Macedonian brethren. Which is what the Macedonian foot soldiers would probably say. But there was a thing. I remember reading that Alexander, and I guess the Macedonian nobility, like in general, they really wanted to be seen as Greek. So they probably wouldn't have actually be quite so flippant about like referring to like, oh, let's let the Greeks take the brunt of the damage while the Macedonians don't, because they would say, oh, well, we're all Greeks, or we kind of want to be seen as Greek. But that sentiment was not really shared with his foot soldiers, so they were probably very happy about that. So anyway, let's take this back to the campaign map. Alright, so now let's go ahead and let's tell the allied cavalry to go back to Issus, or Isis, whatever, and they can escort the archers over to Parmenion. In fact, we've only got 2 more turns, so by the time he takes Amida and then like maybe takes out those rebels, he should have all of his forces ready to go.
Orders.
Yes, alright, so anyway, let's have the rest of them, though, go to Tyre. Yes, good, so that they can, I guess, keep up public order here. In fact, I wonder, maybe I should just increase the garrison by a bit. Because I want him to eventually leave as well. I don't want him to stay there forever, so let's just increase the number of filthy peasants who are watching the place. Alright, and we'll have Alexander come down here so that he can go for Memphis. It'll be a couple of turns before he gets there, though, so the next time I bring you back, it'll probably be taking Amida. Who is this? Amaris of Tapuria. You are a dead man. You are a dead man. Omaras. Alright, but anyway, I think that's actually it for now, so I will bring you guys back as more of interest occurs. Okay, guys, welcome back. As you can see, Alexander is on his way to Memphis, but he'll be there, or it'll be a turn before he gets there, and then another turn before he's able to take it anyways. What kind of walls did they have? Okay, they do have stone walls, but they only have the general and his bodyguard. Oh, the faction leader's there. Wait, Gaspar? Wait, did Darius die at some point? The last we saw Darius, he was actually over here by himself, and actually, in fact, I think I mentioned it during the episode, I was actually training up some troops here at Halicarnassus so that we could go get him, and Parmenion was over here at the time, so I thought maybe we could kind of intercept him, but then he disappeared. So I sort of thought he was just hiding here, and I had a spy go through here, but we couldn't find him. I thought he just managed to maybe slip away, but he may have actually just died. I think Memnon of Rhodes also managed to escape, because I have not seen him since. He either died or I guess it's possible that he also, I guess that he slipped away or that he died, just like Darius did. Well, I guess that's sort of a little closer to history, isn't it? Because in all the tellings or the retellings of the stories, Darius always managed to escape. Like at Isis, he escaped. See, actually, I don't remember where exactly Alexander finally caught up to Darius. Basically, like, Darius was betrayed by some of his nobles. They basically took control, and Darius was killed by them as Alexander was, like, catching up to them after some battle. I don't remember exactly which battle or where it was, but basically, Alexander never got to, like, catch him himself, because by the time he got there, Darius was dead. Obviously, he defeated him in a couple of big battles. I mean, that certainly happened. But I mean, like, actually catching Darius personally, he never got to do that. And it looks like our Alexander is not going to get to do that either, because Darius just apparently died somewhere over here of more natural causes. But still, it looks like the new great king, his successor, is right here, and he is not going to be great king for very long. But anyway, the only battle I think we have to fight this turn, because we're not quite ready up there in Scythia yet, and we're not ready down here at Memphis, is we're going to have Parmenion take Amida. He has the battering rams, and obviously it's just going to be chariots, so hopefully with a combination of throwing javelins and hoplites and phalanx formation, we should be able to eliminate them with hopefully minimal casualties. Okay, guys, welcome to the battle. We have our hoplites pushing battering rams up to the wall here. As you can see, there's the chariots. I was actually hoping they'd come a lot closer so that we could have our javelins maybe throw at them. I'm not sure if we'll be within range of their bows while we're here at the walls. I certainly hope not. That would be a lot of unnecessary casualties. Actually, where's the way? Oh, okay, here's the way into the settlement, center of the settlement, because I was like, wait, where am I supposed to go? Alright, but yes, it'll be a bit here. We need to take out the wall here and start getting our troops in, so I will just bring you guys back once battle is joined. Okay, guys, welcome back. So I've got my Hippaspis pouring in over here, and I think the idea is that I want to see if they get this close. Oh, I didn't realize that part of the chariot unit was actually over here. Stay there and then fire at will.
Gods, our soldiers have done well this day. The walls are taken.
Then I've got hoplites coming in from over here, and we'll have some javelin men join them. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay, you guys all stop and just see if you can throw your spears. Unfortunately, it looks like they cannot. So what we might do then is let's see if we can just have these two units take out those two chariots right there. Okay, form up here, because it looks like they kind of want to come out there. If they do, it would be nice if we could hit them with some javelins. Okay, it looks like we did manage to hit them there. I guess we'll have the Hippaspis just sit over here. There's not really much they can do. Oh! I had no idea that they could do that. Hoplites, get back over here. Oh, one of the javelin units is throwing. I was gonna say, hoplites, hurry up and get over here, because they might just come charging down here. Alright, actually, you guys go ahead and form up over there. Let's have these hoplites sort of form up over here. We'll have these javelin men form up over here. Since they are approaching the Hippaspis, we'll kind of get them over here so that they can throw some javelins at them.
Hoplites! Help us! Hoplites!
Actually, since they're not really moving too much from this position, we might be able to have the hoplites sort of step forward and actually start killing them. Alright, go ahead and just keep walking in this direction.
The enemy general is running away.
Wait, just like that? Alright, step forward, step forward. Alright, now stay there. Just kill them all, well, most of them, as they come down the street. Oh, that sounds like that was the general. Alright, they took out that chariot over there. Ah, okay, so they're not going to rout anymore because technically most of the unit is actually in the center of the settlement. So in that case, you guys step forward and kill that guy. You guys step forward and kill them. Actually, we can back you up with some javelin men. Like, maybe the javelin men would actually be the ones to take them out. There we go. You can stop there. Right, you guys get up there. Alright, active phalanx formation. Now, oh, you don't need to do that whole song and dance, though. Just, wherever you are, go ahead and do it. Oh, actually, the javelin men are throwing. They could probably take out those two chariots on their own. There we go.
Prize. This victory is surely their work, not that of mortals like us.
Well, that wasn't so bad. I was worried the lack of archers would really hinder us, but the javelins did pretty well. And the hoplites did the majority of the work, but you see, those javelin men did pretty well. Everyone did pretty well, except for the Hippaspis, but that wasn't really through any fault of their own. They basically just kind of took fire without ever being able to really return it, which is the downside of having javelins, is it might be more effective against chariots, but you have to get really close to them. Alright, back to the campaign map. Victory and honor! Speaking of honor, get rid of all of the dishonorable people who do not bend the knee to Alexander the Holy! I almost said Alexander the Great, but no. Wait, is he still holy? Or did he lose that trait? Alright, well, hold on a second. Let's first massacre the population. Alright, now, are you still Alexander the Holy? No, he is Alexander the Great now. Okay. Those who do not bend the knee to Alexander the Great. Oh wow, they're still unhappy with us, even after we butchered all of their friends and family. I couldn't imagine why they'd be so upset. Oh wow, there's nothing built here. Nothing at all. Oh, no. They did have this level of barracks, it's just that, actually, here, repair this, and then build that. It's just that it's not built up, so we can retrain our hoplites anyways, but we won't be able to replenish our Hippaspis or our javelins. Not that they're in desperate need of replenishing, so it should be fine. In fact, strictly speaking, the hoplites aren't in desperate need of replenishing either. But we will need them to stick around just so that we can train up some units here to watch the place. And then we can have him leave. Yeah, this settlement just isn't really built up very much at all. Alright, but anyway, I think that is actually it for now. Let's see, was there anything up here? A runner. Alright, yep, so that should be it for now. So it looks like I'll just be bringing you guys back as more of interest occurs. Okay, guys, welcome back. So today things are getting interesting. I say today, we basically managed to take a couple of settlements, and well, I guess I have a few things to explain here on the campaign map. So, as you can see, Memphis has already been taken, and when I last left you, Alexander was right around here. He was approaching Memphis, and you may wonder why I didn't show that battle. And it's quite simple, there wasn't one. Apparently, whoever the faction leader, I can't remember his name now, he must have died, I guess, of old age or sickness or something, because the city was actually undefended. So Alexander just quickly took it. And we also eliminated a very small rebel force that was around here. We didn't take any casualties because we just shot them to bits with archers. And it was a very small rebel force, so I didn't think it was worth showing. But anyway, Alexander is now on his way to Rakotis to take that. Now over here, something similar must have happened, because Hatra was also undefended. Parmenion had just taken Amida. And we were going to have him, like, take out a rebel force that was here, and then wait for some troops of his to arrive from Isis. But when I saw that Hatra was undefended, I was like, well, I guess I better just take that really quick, and so I did. So once again, there was no battle to take Hatra, we just immediately took it. Now, the troops that we were waiting for Parmenion were these archers and the allied cavalry here. And they actually eliminated the rebel force on their own. We lost a few guys, as you can see here, but it was, again, a very minor, almost like a skirmish rather than a true battle. But I didn't think it was worth showing, and so, yeah, I guess that's where we are now. Parmenion now has his archers, and he has some allied cavalry. So we left the other units back here with a new general that we recruited, Antigonus of Adbura, wherever that is. Now, Antigonus, I believe, or Antigonus, whatever. That's the name of the guy that Alexander left in charge of Macedon while he went on his great conquest. Though I don't think that's the same Antigonus. I mean, I guess it could be, but I think there were also a couple of people named Antigonus in his army. So it's probably not the same guy. We also moved the capital to Lampsacus, which immediately boosted our income. I think it boosted it from like 8,000 something to 9,000 something, as you can see it here. And it also, I think, helped public order quite a bit in some of these places, though not so much back home. As you can see, Pella is unhappy again, so we're just going to boost up the garrison a little bit. Now, Parmenion doesn't have any more movement points, but next turn we'll have him jump over to the ford again and see if we can get this army to attack him. I think I already mentioned that in the past. Basically, again, just trying to get them to attack us on favorable ground, and then we can maybe take Babylon. We do have a spy who is continuing, just to kind of look ahead and see what's up. Oh, look, Persepolis. It's undefended. There's no garrison there at all. Oh. There's a sizable force there. It could certainly get a garrison soon enough. But anyway, he's just looking ahead there. So now you may be wondering, well, wait a minute, why have you brought us back? What battle are we going to fight? If all the battles were too small to show or just didn't occur because the garrisons just evaporated. Well, it is time now to see if we can eliminate these Scythian dogs who invaded our territory. I've got the beginnings of an anti-rebel, well, not the beginnings, this might be the entirety of the anti-rebel force right here that's going to march through and just eliminate these rebel groups. I'm hoping that they won't have too much trouble dealing with these guys. They do have 2 generals' bodyguards, and we know from past experience that those are excellent units, but we do have them severely outnumbered, so I'm hoping this is fine. In fact, you know what? I might just bring the peasants anyways. And that way, the captain will be one of the peasant units, so we can go ahead and throw, like, the hoplites and the hippaspis forward without having to be worried about, like, the captain getting killed. So, let's just jump right into the battle. Okay, guys, welcome to the battle. So right now, we're just kind of turning our army to face them. As you can see, the enemy is arrayed over on this, well, I guess, hilly area. And what we are going to do is we are going to simply advance our troops forward. Let's say to right about there. We have hoplites in front with hippaspis behind them, and then the peasants behind them. The idea is, hopefully, that we can just kind of have the enemy crash against the hoplites while the hippaspis throw javelins. I'm in particular hoping that the hippaspis can do a lot of damage to the bodyguards of these generals, as the hoplites will certainly need that help. Okay, I was going to say, I didn't know if they were going to charge forward or not. We were going to have to stop and wait. Get ready to go into phalanx formation. Alright, drop your spears, and then what we'll do is we'll just go a little more forward, since it looks like the enemy has changed their mind about coming forward themselves. If they ever really even had that thought in their heads. Alright, and we're going to walk forward so that we don't get ahead of the hoplites. The infantry, I don't think, are too much of a threat. I mean, there is this swordsman unit, and I think they have basically high attack but low defense. But I don't think they'd be able to actually get through the spears of the hoplites, so I'm not too worried about them. And I'm not worried about the peasants either. It's those bodyguards. It's those generals' bodyguards. They are the ones who will cause us an immense amount of grief and hurt. Let's say right there. You guys walk. You guys also walk. And we don't want anyone getting ahead of the hoplites, not unless they wish to perish. I think they're doing a war cry, but a silent one. In fact, I should actually tell these guys not to fire at will, because otherwise they might use up some of their ammo on the infantry, and we do not want that. Oh, there we go. An audible war cry this time. Well, I wonder if it was maybe their war cry was interrupted, because it looked like only a couple of guys were actually, like, you know, shouting and banging their shields and stuff, so maybe that's what was happening there. Okay, let's have the hoplites go forward. Make sure the peasants are nice enough there. Remember, the peasant unit, this peasant unit, or wait, might be this one actually, is the captain, so he can keep up morale a little bit. Oh, here they come. And just like that, they are broken. All right, let's get the hoplites moving forward again, and let's get the hippaspis least a little bit more forward than they currently are. Actually, let's have you guys basically reform over here. Oh, here comes the swordsman. I mean, they broke with their first charge, so I'm not exactly worried about this second charge being in any way devastating, but... here they come! And just like that, they are broken. Well, it looks like they managed to kill 2 guys, though, before they broke and fled. I think this time they are truly gone for good. There's only 8 of them. All right, let's get these peasants gone as well. Oh, I hear bodyguards. Oh, and he's turning around. Okay, wavering. They've killed a couple of hoplites, 3 hoplites, 4 hoplites. Oh, I think they stood and fought longer than the actual swordsman did. All right, let's get the hoplites moving forward. And actually, I wonder if we can... It'd be nice if we could have the Hippaspis kind of like throw into their rear, basically. Oh, dear. All right, you guys stop. Hippaspis over here. And over here. Actually, let's get these hoplites out of phalanx and kind of get them over here on the flanks as well. Let's get... oh, peasants, stop. And stop. Oh boy, we already have a unit fleeing. All right, well, I guess we're just gonna charge right in then. Okay, good. It looks like the captain's elsewhere.
Great gods be praised.
Oh, the enemy general is dead.
General is killed. Fear makes a home in our enemy's
Guys, get down
hearts.
here and attack them already. They're getting away because you guys aren't attacking. Oh.
The enemy army is
Oh, and now they're fleeing.
pursue them. Drive them from the battlefield.
I don't know. They were doing pretty well. Mostly because our guys weren't attacking them, but still. And we're never going to catch the cavalry, obviously. But man, do you see what I mean? Like, even against spear-wielding hoplites, the general's bodyguards can just mow right through them. Are we actually going to catch anyone? Oh, looks like we'll catch some of these peasants. Peasants versus peasants.
This is a heroic victory, worthy of Greek soldiers.
I mean, their best soldiers actually totally got away. Ouch. I mean, they can turn right around, go back to the settlement, and replenish, so it's not like it's a huge deal, but at the same time, ow. Yeah, look at how many casualties they inflicted versus how many they took in return. Whereas with the swordsmen and the peasants, it's the other way around, where they did basically no damage. All right, let's see. Yes. Oh, the peasants did so much damage. This is probably the only battle you'll ever see in any of my campaigns where the peasants actually inflicted like that many casualties. Obviously, I think they did it against another peasant unit, the other peasant unit, basically, that was running. Hoplites did most of the damage and took most of the damage. Well, except for this peasant unit. Those poor guys got smacked pretty badly. I think that was the peasant unit that was sitting just behind the line of hoplites. And of course, they got just blasted. This unit of hoplites is probably the one that started fleeing because, again, blasted by heavy cavalry. Alright, but anyway, let's take this back to the campaign map. Alright, so here we are back on the campaign map, so we'll just replenish those units there, and then we'll start sending them over here. And again, just start clearing out rebel groups as they go along. They shouldn't have any real trouble, I think, dealing with these guys. 8 units, basically 4 hoplites, 4 Hippaspis. That should be plenty. I almost want to give them, like, just a cavalry unit, though, just so that they have someone else to be the general rather than one of the frontline units. Oh, I didn't know that that could be upgraded, so I should probably do that as well. Let's see, where can we get a cavalry unit, though? There are no buildings on this side. There's no units here that, or no settlements here that can actually train cavalry. That's kind of funny. No cavalry at all. All right, well, I guess never mind then. We'll just send them as they are. I'm sure they'll probably be fine. All right, but anyway, that was it. So it looks like I will be bringing you guys back once again as more of interest occurs.